Today we got back very late at night. Last night about 11:50 p.m. Eastern time. We got back a green beacon from the Parker Solar Probe spacecraft, indicating that it successfully completed humanity's closest approach to a star, closest ever flyby to the sun, and really just an amazing achievement. We were able to actually fly through the upper atmosphere, the corona of the sun, which is just an amazing thing if you think about it. And its closest approach happened on December 24th. And that all happens autonomously as the spacecraft operates and does its own thing. What we got yesterday was the confirmation that it survived. And what we'll get coming soon is the actual data from the flyby. So it continues to excite. I mean, it's amazing, right? To know that you can actually achieve, if you think about it, like we humans have created a spacecraft. That spacecraft has gone into the atmosphere of the sun. Like that's just a huge technological achievement and a huge scientific achievement for us at NASA. And to be able to know that, our understanding of the sun is good enough for us to actually send something that far into the atmosphere. A solar probe has been something that humanity has dreamed of doing since the early days of NASA. This mission was theorized in the 50s, right? Really an amazing achievement to be here today, to know that we created the technologies that got us there, and then to be able to delve into our understanding of how the sun works and how the sun operates in such a detailed way, right? We're rewriting the textbooks on how the sun works with this data and with the information that we get from this. So really exciting. It is really, really exciting. And there's much, much more to come for Parker too. It's going to keep doing flybys like this, and it's going to keep delivering great science. Right, solar maximum happens every 11 years, and it happens because the sun's magnetic field actually flips every 11 years. And as it sort of twists itself up into this very active, ball of gas, every 11 years it gets very, very exciting, and then it has this slow and gradual decline back to the solar minimum times. Now, when we got ready to launch Parker, we knew that its prime mission, right? There was a lot of pressure to get Parker launched in 2018 because we knew that in that prime mission, in that um, these closest flybys, that we would be in the solar maximum times and actually be able to capture some of this activity. Right, Parker Solar Probe has actually flown through coronal mass ejections and other things that come off of the sun, which is just amazing to see. It's like I don't know, flying through a storm, right? We actually have seen and witnessed and been in the middle of one of these things as it comes off of the sun. Just amazing. Um, we got the beacon back. The green beacon is basically, hey, I'm here, I'm okay, everything looks all right. I'll be sending you back the data soon. As Parker gets farther and farther away from the sun, it gets much easier to actually transmit the data. And so around the first, we're going to start to see some of that data really come back. And then scientists will be analyzing and trying to understand, what we captured over the next couple of months. We hope to see some of the early results coming in a month or so. Right? We know when we're going to lose communications. We know when it's going to come back. But like you think about like the Apollo days, right? People knew when they were going to lose communications with the humans on the far side of the moon, right? We knew when we weren't going to get it, and we knew by like the second when we were expecting to get it back. And so sitting and watching the seconds tick down to see when Parker was going to be back in range and getting those first couple of hits from the Deep Space Network was just incredible. Like, the anxiety of, oh my gosh, did it make it? Did it survive? You know, high confidence in our engineers, high confidence in our team. I know we could do it. I know we put together the spacecraft that could do it. but oh my goodness, it's still still has anxiety, still has nervousness to it. Yeah, so Parker is running an autonomous program, right? It's running a program where it's always pointing that heat shield towards the sun, and it does that because, on the one side of the heat shield, there's 2,500 degrees Fahrenheit of temperature. On the other side of it, it has to keep the electronics and everything both warm but not too warm. So on the other side, it's 85 degrees Fahrenheit, right? It's like a warm sunny day. On the other side of it is an unimaginable temperature, and Parker has to keep that pointing exact as it's going across the sun. And you think about it and you say, oh well, that's no big deal, right? The sun's not hard to point at, but Parker's running at 430,000 miles a second, right? Just a ridiculous rate of speed, fastest ever human made object. So we're getting towards the end of its prime mission. The end of its prime mission happens towards the end of this year, but we're in a very stable orbit, so we're going to keep getting more and more solar flybys, and there's enough propellant, enough resources on board the mission for it to keep going for quite some time. And so we're going to be looking at it for an extended mission, trying to understand what additional science that we can get, but then also as the solar maximum sort of ramps down, as we continue to get activity off of the sun, we're going to be wanting to do more and more flybys and hopefully capture some real unique events.